Hello and welcome everyone to another edition of the FGA report covering Florida, Georgia, and Alabama. I am your host, Brian Smith, and tonight going to be covering one of the more unknown players in the class of 2023 from the state of Florida, running back Kendrick Raphael from Naples High School down in Southwest Florida. This is a young man that has a lot of ability and can play multiple positions. And quite frankly, I think it's very unique that a player like him is not talked about much. He played on one of the better teams in his division in the state of Florida. I believe they were 8A. And he's just flat out good. He has some scholarship offers. I'll start off with that here in a second. And he has the ability to get a whole bunch more. So let's just kind of kick it off with that. I'm going to share my screen here. He's an interesting player because there's an opportunity to talk about the opportunities within who's able to really be the main guy for a team to be recruited. If you look at some of his offers already, I see Vanderbilt with an offer. If Vanderbilt has offered a kid, and this is 24/7, I'm just using their list. If Vanderbilt has offered a kid early, Vanderbilt is an elite academic institution worldwide. That's a good sign. And then there's also USF, Pitt, NC State, Iowa State, Coastal. Based on that list and based on the film that I'll throw up here in just a second, there's no reason to believe that he's not going to be the main guy. I absolutely believe there's going to be somebody take a shot at him that's quote unquote from a higher level in terms of perception within the world of college football fairly soon. And again, I'll hit play here in just a second on the film. But before I do that, just know that it never goes out of style when a young man has the ability to put his foot in the ground, go right at somebody. They think they have the opportunity to make a tackle, and then he's able to literally not only get by that defender, make them miss to the point where they don't physically make contact. That never goes out of style. This is somebody that has that ability. And let me further define something. Putting your foot in the ground and then going north-south. What does that mean? Literally 1 foot, not a gather step and then another step. 1 foot. Push off that foot north and south. That is a God-given ability, and you have to maintain it through strength training, lateral quickness drills, etc. Rubber bands, different things they use to help with flexibility. That's what some of these young men do. But having stated that, let's make this screen big. This is not a kid that I would move, although physically he has the ability to do it. Here he is playing running back. When he hits the crease, you can see right there. I mean, that's not your normal speed. He's running away from players. They run the option, which makes it very difficult for me. I hate the option with every fiber of my being, but this is smart of him to put this on a screen pass, catch, boom, cut, stop. I mean, just you cannot teach that. He makes 3 guys fall down. That is incredible. Now here, this is just a well-designed traditional option, but he hit the crease so quickly. This guy has the angle, and he gets just smoked. These are Florida players. These aren't some kids from Delaware or whatever that are just trying to find something to do with their spare time. He's running away from kids in Florida. I hadn't seen his film until earlier today, and I immediately said, I've got to put him on FGA report. Kendrick has some toughness to him. As you can see right there, some of the guys thought the play was over. He just kept going. He said, you know what? I'm going to score a touchdown right here. They just gave up. They can't catch him. They know once he gets in the open field, it's 6. Basic play, 1 foot, straight up the field, and he just beats everybody. That's a very poor run fit on their part, but he made him pay for it. Some guys don't make the defenders pay when they make a mistake. This one right here, I think you're supposed to go outside, but he just said, heck with it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I mean, he took 1 step and then went up north and south. That's just good vision. Good solid block. Makes a guy miss. A little stiff arm. Cuts it back. You could make the argument that his athleticism and speed is his best attribute, but his vision is really good too. There they got him playing the fullback spot, and he kind of surprised him with a quick hitter. I love that. This offense is a pain in the butt. There's that play again. They're 1 foot, makes a guy miss, cuts it all the way back. They over pursued on the backside at the corner position. Touchdown. This is just not your normal running back. If he lived in Tampa where I do, or lived in Orlando, lived in Fort Lauderdale, he would have far more offers. Doesn't help that he plays in this offense either, which is a huge detriment. College coaches hate it. But you can't argue with the success. Watch the foot in the ground on this play. Boom, boom, makes a guy miss. Gets vertical, gets right next to a guy, heads just slightly to his left, and he just leaves everybody behind. That's awesome. Here it's very interesting because he's the main guy with being the blocker. He runs over somebody. He's not the biggest guy, $175, $180, but he's pretty physical too. Kendrick is the kind of guy that just kind of slithers through and finds the crease. I do think he needs to add some weight. He's not a finished product by any means, and he could play corner or flanker or slot. But right there, again, that's a physical player. Usually guys his size don't do that. Based on all of this, and I'm going to turn it off here. Based on all of this, there's really no reason to believe that he's not going to be a 20 offer guy. Could be more. Just depends on how long he wants to drag it out. But again, his offer that is from Vanderbilt is a very good sign. Guys don't get an offer from Vanderbilt and then just quote unquote become somebody. When Vanderbilt offers skill guys in Florida, it's a really good sign. Vanderbilt doesn't have to offer just anybody. They've got a very, very tight structure academically. Combined with what's on that screen right there, I've got another screen over to my right. There's no reason to believe that his offer list is not going to grow. Let me pull this back up again. If you look at his offer list, I got him at 180 pounds. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but give or take. The only in-state offer listed on 24/7 is USF, and that may or may not be accurate. So a lot of times these aren't up to date. That list is flat out going to grow. I'll be surprised if newly hired Miami coach Mario Cristobal is not interested just as an athlete. And I'd have no idea what position or positions Mr. Kendrick Raphael would be interested in playing. It's debatable on what he could do best. He caught a screen in there, but I haven't seen him in a traditional offense. If he is able to play slot and or receiver in addition to running back, and he'll probably go to some camps this spring/summer, his recruitment could go into the 30s with offers. Versatility is key at that size, though. And, of course, the magic word, would you play corner? If the answer is yes, there's no limit. Nobody wants to play corner. Nobody does. Everybody wants to play offense. So it just depends on what he wants to do. And if his heart's not in it, then playing corner is worthless. But anyway, I wanted to introduce everybody to him. And I don't see any reason for him not to be just a tremendous college football prospect. He's got a lot of size that he can gain. He's pretty thin right now. I don't even necessarily believe the 180 pounds that he's listed at unless he's just got zero body fat. Of course, muscle weighs more than fat. But Kendrick Raphael has the ability to be a college football player that makes an impact, and he can do it at any level. It just depends on the position. I don't know how to rank him yet. I need to see him in a camp setting. No offense to the wing T. I hate it, but it makes guys almost impossible to grade because you need to be able to see them in an offensive setting that is almost identical to what they'll do at the next level. It's just true. You can guess, but guessing is not the best way to do it. So I need to see him in a camp setting in addition to seeing him on this film. But he's at a program that's won for a long time. So Naples is a very good football program. With that, just note that I'm going to have a lot of other previews like this young man coming up. I've got a list over here to my right. I'm trying, if you will, to break down like the top 30 the top 40 players in the state of Florida that I've seen for the class of 2023 and FGA report. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'm going to have a lot of different guys coming up. They're going to be previewed, and it's going to be a lot of fun to do it. This is the best time of year for me because it goes into 7-on-7, and FGA report's going to be a big part of that. Everybody have a great night, and thank you very much.